Hello, man. Man. How are
Walking Dead
you?
man. The Walking Dead
Walking
man.
Dead. Yeah, same here. Same
Yeah,
here.
yeah. How you doing?
Bad.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's
So
fine. Yeah.
I'm going to try to cheer you up. I think that's the aim of
Oh,
this
wow.
podcast.
This is love. This is
This
love.
this this is friendship and love.
Friendship
Friendship
and
in
love. Yeah.
love. Love
First
in friendship.
friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then love.
First friendship. Yeah. Love
Yeah.
comes second.
Because to all the attendees, we like to get kissed before we get fucked. So this is
That's 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 a great quote.
meaningful.
That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a, that's a great quote. Yeah.
yeah. It's a quality. So,
So
are
we
you
didn't.
ready to
So
pack? Are you ready to
I'm
pack,
ready.
man?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Or you're
We're just
done?
no, not done yet. We're just waiting to.
Mm.
Well, first of all, she needs to come back
Ah,
because because no, she works like 13 hours. Then we
shit.
sort things out and then we head out. So
Yeah.
yeah. So what's the latest?
The latest that it's everything a mess. So I don't even know how to start to talk.
That's
But
deep. That's deep.
yeah, we are getting out soon. So that's it. Yeah.
Um. So
Mm.
I'm gonna let you choose a poem today, since I think this was like kind of like a last minute spontaneous decision to record the podcast because I wanted to make sure that you were up for it. So I'm gonna let you choose between two that I wrote. I think you like them on Instagram actually. So one is called one was called Jesus was a
Mhm.
good man, and the second
So
is Save
let's go for the
Yourself.
next.
You want
Let's go with the
to
next one.
you don't like that one. So the next one is Save Yourself. Which one do you want?
Oh, the other one. Yeah. This one is perfect. Yeah.
Save Yourself.
Yeah. Of course.
All right. Do you have your
Amazing
phone with you?
title. Yeah. I have it. I
Thanks.
have it.
All right. So bring it up on Instagram and we can read it together. And you can tell me what you think because I think this applies to. I don't know, man. I think like everyone is. It feels like everyone is falling down. Do you know what I mean? It's like everyone seems to be in this funk,
Yeah, we are
and
doomed.
yeah, we're all gonna die basically.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And
I
the
think I
point
think.
is that it's going to happen very soon. That's the unexpected, you know.
Um, Unexpected for you.
Yeah, for me, yes. So young,
No,
so fresh.
so yeah, but I mean, for me, I'm always ready for it. You know, I think the tragedy of
You're always
death.
ready, really, with no
Yeah.
regrets. You have no pending things in this life. You are
I'm not.
done with your
I don't
poetry
have.
also. Then,
No, not even that. I mean, it's not because if I die, I wouldn't know any better. You know, it's like it's final. I can't make it. I can't reverse it. You know what I mean? It's like I can't decide whether I die or not. If I die, I die.
yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, it's about the people you leave behind that will maybe miss you.
Yeah, they,
They
they
might
will
miss you.
suffer. They will suffer, but
That's the
not
point.
you. You are
That's
in
the
peace.
point.
You are in heaven,
Yeah, exactly.
playing
And heaven
tennis
playing basketball
every day.
with Kobe Bryant and Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. To learn
Yeah.
how to
So
play basketball at the top level.
exactly. Yeah, man. Kobe Bryant and Jesus. That's
Yeah.
that's the dream team.
Oh yeah. That's a good way
So
to save yourself, like your poem.
yeah. So this poem is called "Save Yourself" by me. I wrote this.
Woo!
It's inspired by by everyone who's suffering, and that's everybody.
So it's all of us, all of us.
Everyone. This is for
Yeah.
you. To everyone listening in Iraq, in China, in North Korea,
About
especially in North Korea.
about a bad. also.
in Istanbul,
Yeah.
in the U.S., especially the U.S.,
Kabul.
because they're doomed in the U.S. They're all gonna die in the U.S. basically. No. Honestly, they're all gonna die,
Oh,
and
that's
it's gonna.
amusing the way they are facing the things. It's really amusing, you know.
Mm, I guess.
Yeah, they
So
are stuck in their tragedy.
I mean, it's kind of I don't even know what to say about the U.S. It's such a complicated but stupid problem.
Yeah, very
it's
stupid.
one,
Yeah.
it's just like, come on. And I think obviously Trump is a reflection of the country.
Yeah, of course.
Unfortunately, yeah, there's some good people. I don't even know what that means. I think there's some decent people. There's some people who know better. I think that's the right way to put it. But unfortunately, it's so polarized that they no one can agree on what the truth is. So they're all going down together fighting. Basically, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
And it's sad to watch because China, they're kind of just waiting for the West to collapse. Then they'll
Oh,
come in
yeah,
and
they are
they'll take over.
predators. Predators.
Exactly, they're going to screw us all over badly.
In their
And I'm
silence, they are going to
yes,
win everything. Yeah.
yes. I mean, they didn't
You
have
know
to try. I mean,
the proverb, wait on the river bank, your enemy.
oh,
You know the
completed.
proverb, right?
How does it finish?
Wait for your enemy sat in the river bank, and sooner or
Mhm.
later his cadaver will pass with the river.
His what will pass?
Hmm?
His what will pass?
The cadaver.
What's a cadaver?
Cadaver. The dead body. The dead body will.
Oh, his corpse.
Yeah, yeah.
Int-
They are using this technique. They are waiting, sat down on the riverbank, waiting for all
yeah,
the souls floating by the river. You know,
and that's a fact. That's a
all of
fact because
them dead.
I mean, when I think back to 2016, I think back to the election of Donald Trump, and post that, there was a lot of noise about how Russia had interfered with the election. And
Oh
it turned
yeah,
out that Russia had spent maybe a few $1,000s on Facebook. But let's be honest, right? I mean, they didn't need any interference. They destroyed themselves. you don't need
yeah,
you
yeah,
don't, you
yeah,
don't need to
yeah.
interfere in America. They interfered in themselves. They decided not to see what the truth is. They decided not to fight for it, even if they knew what it was. Again, I'm not like condemning all Americans. I mean, that would be foolish, but
Yeah.
it's an entire nation of yeah, complex problems, right? So
Yeah, of
um,
course. Yeah,
yeah, which is funny to look at from afar. But like you said, China are waiting for all of us, well, the West, to pass by
yeah.
and just pick us up. Basically, they're just waiting. They're just waiting, and it's going to be well.
I
So
found the
that
proverb, man.
go
It's
on.
written by Sun Tzu.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the Chinese dude. Yeah.
If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by.
Yeah, that's deep,
That's
huh? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. This is
Is that in
exceptional, outstanding, outstanding.
is that
They
in the
are
Art of War?
masters of this.
Yeah, I think his book
Yeah,
was
you
called The
never
Art of
see
War.
the Chinese arguing or fighting for something. If you notice, they are just waiting the
Calm. They're
enemy.
calm.
Yeah,
They're calm. Yeah,
calm.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah. They have a 5,000 year civilization, so
Yeah, correct.
they've mastered everything. They've mastered everything
Yeah,
there is to master, basically.
absolutely.
So
All right,
Ahoy,
we are back.
ahoy, ahoy. We're back.
Ahoy,
Back in the
ahoy.
Matrix. Back
Yeah.
in the Matrix. All right, so I'm going to read this poem, and you're going to tell me what you think.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah,
I
tell
like it.
me all that exists in your mind about this poem.
All right.
All right, it's called "Save Yourself" by me. Looking for a savior? Question mark. You found him. He looks like you and dresses likewise. Hands that have seen many years of hard labor. Feet that have walked roads laden with misery. By me. Well,
Man, this is
did you cry? Did you cry when? Did you cry
no,
when you
but
read it?
it's a huge poem for reflections, and it's
Is it?
basically mentioning about reflection. You have just to, if you are looking for a savior, you have just to see yourself in the mirror. In
Mm,
my opinion, because it's
mm,
always coming from you, from your inside. The way you turn the things into a better place.
yes. Make the most. Turn things around, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. The more you push it to the limit, the more you gain. Every time. It's just up to you to put all of your strength to achieve something. If you are not doing it, it's really hard that someone is doing it for you. This is my
Mm.
cut.
Yeah, I think that's insightful.
Hmm.
I have a question for you though.
But it's not
Do we
true,
get in our
actually.
what's not true?
I mean, you are the creator, so
No,
you
no,
have to give me
no,
some
no, no, no.
hints in
No, I
my
forget that. I forget
search
that.
for the
No,
truth.
no, no. I thought it was perfect. Um, because you can write something, and if it hits someone a particular way, you can't help that. People see what they see, and of course, I was trying to communicate something, but you can only communicate as much as you can. And people who are objective, someone like you can kind of look at it and go, okay, I can take something away from this, and you did, which was good. But I have a question though.
Hmm.
Do we get in our own way? So we're like you said, you look in the mirror, you see the solution to your problem. But do we get in our own way of, solving that problem? Because we could also be the problem as well. Don't you agree?
Yeah, you can also see many problems in the mirror. Yeah, most
Yeah.
of the times it's like this. It's not the other way around. You don't
Mm.
perceive yourself as a savior most of
No.
the times. You always see the bad things in your reflection.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you let your soul speaks, I mean, you get out of that
Of that
reflection,
mindset.
yeah, with another mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
deep.
the
I like that.
positivity to face the problems. But I know that sometimes that reflection will bring you down even more, and you just
Well,
have to.
why do you say that? Why do you say that?
I mean, because sometimes when you are depressed, when you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, it's really hard even when you look at yourself. It's so hard to see yourself as your own savior.
Yeah. Um. So I think that this is where the idea of spirituality comes in, right? Because I think you can look at it, because I think the solution comes through you. It's not necessarily you. I think the solution comes through you, right? So I think if you are facing a problem, like Riley said, you have to, if you push hard enough in the right direction, then you're likely to be okay. Do we have the power to do that ourselves, or is it more of a you need to almost tap into something greater than yourself?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Yeah, I agree. Definitely.
Yeah, because I've found that, even in my life, that, you can try. I find it, especially when it comes to something like mental health, like I've realized that if you try to struggle with a problem for too long, it becomes bigger and bigger, and it becomes stronger and stronger. But if you almost it's almost the technique of almost overriding that thought, right? So if you have a bad thought, you have to you almost have to, like, so let me give a practical example, because this is such a difficult thing to talk about. I think, let's say you can't give a presentation on stage, something like that, right?
Yeah.
The best thing to do is to face up to that fear and not let the fear get in the way, almost like overcoming that fear forcefully by almost focusing on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. And it's kind of like zoning out, or it's kind of like zoning out a little bit, because I think there's so many problems that can afflict the mind, but there's only one way to overcome, and that's to basically cut through the noise and do what you need to do.
Yeah, but sometimes for a certain period of time, because they are recurring every now and then.
Yes,
It's not
yes.
always
I
the
don't think
same,
it's
because some people with so much money to be helped by someone, they committed suicide. I'm talking about Chester of Linkin Park. When you see those situations, you just tell to yourself, oh, they had the money also to be helped by someone that is good on that job. But honestly, it's not enough. It's like the way you talked in your poem. The savior is always in front of you when you look at yourself in the mirror.
right.
Even if you're rich, but they are external people. They are not in your head. So the help could work and it could not work. But when the help comes from you only, it means that that help is the most important one. Is the one that
Yes.
really works.
It's the most
100%.
genuine form. Yes, it's the most genuine form of truth telling, because you know what it is. You know what that
Yeah,
truth is,
absolutely.
and you can't lie to yourself. You can lie to everyone else. You can't lie to yourself.
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah. You mentioned Chester from Linkin Park. Yeah, when
Yeah.
that happened, when he committed suicide, that really hit me, because
Oh,
not because I was a kid.
it was my teenager phase.
I know. I remember. He said, "Yeah." I mean, I wasn't a huge. He's one of those. He was like Prince for me, right? Because I knew Prince. Those Prince was Michael Jackson. So Prince, I knew Prince at the age of maybe 6 or 7. He's not.
Oh,
I knew all
really?
his songs.
You're a
Yeah,
fan of Prince?
Because look,
Really?
no. Honestly, like, Prince was. I didn't know a lot of his songs, but I knew Prince from a very
Oh,
young age.
the
So it's almost
icon as an icon.
exactly
All right.
that Prince that you always knew was there. You knew Purple Rain, you knew the hair, the eccentricity. So similar with Chester, I knew what's this song? There's this really popular song in the end. And I remember when he's screaming at the end of that song, you're like, this guy's voice is just insane. I was like maybe 10 years old or something.
Yeah.
So of course, when someone like that commits suicide, you're like, God, like, what is this world? What is this world?
Yeah.
And you're right, like, you can't really, I don't know, you can't really explain such things. what you can do in such a way that you can't. I think when you're fighting against something that powerful, which is, I think that almost like demonic forces, because it's almost, like I said, I think there's so many different problems.
Yeah, when the problem affects your brain, it's really a hell of
when it becomes when it becomes an illness, yeah, that's when you actually need to seek help. You need to actually take that as a medical condition
and it's
and try
also
to do what you can.
difficult to seek for help when it's affecting your brain, in my opinion. It's harder.
Why do you say that?
Because you are not completely conscious also when it's affecting your brain.
So
You have some
you
mental
need people
issues
around you to
also.
step in.
Depression,
Yeah,
it's hard to seek for help when you are in that state of mind.
Yes. So you need the right people around you who can actually point out these problems, or at least point you in the right direction. You know, because like you said, you are absolutely right. When you're going through that, you don't even know what you're going through. You're just suffering. And rather than run to the doctor, which is what everyone should do, by the way, I think everyone should.
Yeah, and some of them, they give you only pills. And they are not helping for truth, you know. They are not helping you for real.
Well, to be honest, this might sound controversial, but I think pills are actually a good way to counter this problem, because for someone like me, personally, I don't trust people. I have a problem with trust, because I can see different layers of personality, and I know that people can let you down. Anyone can let you down. Even your parents can let you down, right? So if your parents can let you down, what makes you think?
That's a
no, it's true. No, but it's true. It's true. And anyone can let you down. Yeah, it's true.
But
not because they will.
Not
because they will. No, not permanently. But the reality is that everyone has the potential to, even me, everyone has the potential to let another human being down. They just
make some danger. Yeah.
Exactly. To let you down. They're just like, gosh, why would you do that? I didn't think you would do that. It's like, sorry. That's who I am.
Yeah. Everyone has this potential. Yeah.
Exactly. When you're like, even me to you, it's like, Tola did that. Like, I thought I knew Tola. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Yeah. You can always be surprised by something, you know, yeah.
Exactly. So I think for me, talking to a psychiatrist is laughable. To someone like me, I think it helps some other people, because I think people find helps in different ways. But for someone like me, I've always tried to manage myself, and if I can't, then medication is a good way to do that, because, like you said, it's a problem with the brain. There's a chemical imbalance.
Yeah, but medication, that's absolutely controversial, man.
Oh, it is.
I don't fucking agree with you, but I know. Yeah, it's a good thing. So I'm surprising you now.
No. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
No. I'm not. Like I told you, I don't. Go on.
I've never seen some people recovering by taking pills for some problems.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you want me to surprise you?
You're just.
Do you want me to surprise you?
No.
Do you want me to surprise you? No. So I struggled with anxiety during my university years. I'll just say during my university years, and it got to a point that I needed help, basically. Right. So
but the help is human, you know. It's not chemical.
Let me finish.
It's not okay. Yeah.
Right. So it got to the point where I needed the sort of help that was medical in nature. Right. Because talking to people just didn't work. It gets to a point that your health is chronically bad. or clinically bad, where it gets to a point where you can't help yourself and no one can help you except you deal with the mind. So that's what happened to me. And, well, I got better. I actually got better. I mean, I'm here today. So, again, I think different things work for different people. I think if your health isn't so bad, then and you are the sort of person that's inclined to talk to people and maybe get some help from them, that you trust people, you're a trusting person, then sure, then I think psychiatry can help.
Yeah.
But for someone like me, it was the complete opposite. It was like I couldn't be helped by these people, and it boiled down to taking medication. And of course, once you take medication, like you said, my thought was, is this going to work? Because you're like,
yeah, because I'm very curious about something.
Go on.
During that period,
yeah,
you were in a state of mind of knowing that decision was the best for you, or it was just let's give a try.
No, I didn't want to take medication.
Okay.
I mean, I was what's the word? I was very anti-medication. I was very critical and cynical about it. So it boiled down to that being the best form of treatment because of the chemical imbalance in the brain. It's just a fact. It's science, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and so that's how I was able to actually. And the process of recuperation began by my mind calming down. So when you're depressed or anxious, your mind is heated. It's very, you can't manage your thoughts, right?
Yeah. Sure.
So with medication, the mind actually calms down, and then you're able to save yourself because you know what these thoughts are in your mind and you can figure them out for yourself. So I was able to then, okay, now I can think. I was actually able to think, and I was able to figure out how to move forward. But without medication, I would not have been able to get better. It's not even possible. It's not impossible based on what I went through. No. So I think it's good for people to be informed about such things because, like I said, I think this week, like so many people I knew were talking about depression and anxiety. I was like, God, like what's going on?
All of the world, I think. Except from Chinese.
Oh, the Chinese are in heaven. And heaven is in Chinese food.
Yeah, they never complain. Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know. They're all human, right?
Paradise is here for them, so.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe the president. Maybe that president. The people are in bondage. There is a communist society. They're in bondage, and they don't even know it. That's the dangerous thing. And when they realize it, it's gonna all hell's gonna break loose. So, yeah. But yeah, I said I was going to cheer you up on this podcast, and we ended up talking about depression.
No, it's a good, it's a good thing for recovering.
Yeah, I think one of the things also helped. One of the things that helped. One of the things that helped me was, when you're going through something and you feel you're the only one going through it. Yeah. That can be very alienating because you go, I'm the only one who has ever experienced this problem. And to an extent, your problems are unique to you, but everyone, or most people have gone through some sort of fear or anxiety or confusion or depression.
Being suicidal.
All that stuff. Yeah. Sure. Exactly. So it's not, I think when I went to Imperial, I got to know a few people who were going through similar situations, and that helped. Because at least it was like, okay, I'm actually amongst really smart people, and they also have these sort of problems as well. So you felt less alone.
Sometimes when you share these things, it helps.
It helps because
it's never bad. At least it's never bad.
I don't know.
It's not getting the things worse when you share.
No. I don't agree. I think if you talk loosely. Right. So if you go to someone who can use that against you, that's why
I'm not good. Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm in a position that I can actually talk to people about it because I know it's going to help people generally. And you can't really, I mean, I'm not in a position to save people in that sense. But like you said, people will listen and people might be able to take something away from it. But if it's just going to a party and going, oh, by the way, I have this problem.
Oh, I have this problem. Let's celebrate.
Exactly. And you're like, no, I'm suffering. You're like, no,
Yeah.
you're a
No,
bitch. You
no.
know?
Raise the
Yeah.
glass.
Imagine,
Yeah.
no. Imagine having a serious problem like that, or of any kind, and you tell someone about it. I think the worst thing for me, I don't care if you brush it up and say it's not real or it's not serious, but people who don't even acknowledge it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
those
Like
are.
when you say that's the worst for me. It's almost like what they always look at you like, what are you talking about? Like, who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah. There is always the kind of
Yeah.
retard that acts like that. Yeah.
That's a
Everywhere in
problem.
the world, there is at least once. So,
Yeah. Absolutely.
yeah.
You know, so everyone,
Incredible.
the what's the final note on this? Gosh, I'm losing all my words. I think I put all my words in that poem. The moral of the story, I think that's it, is that you need to save yourself. Save
Yeah.
yourself. Save yourself. Yeah.
Every time you
Yeah.
can, you know.
Every time you can. And you
If
also need to.
if we are going to if you are going to die at when we are 90, it means that we saved ourselves so many times, you know,
Yeah,
endless
absolutely.
times.
Yeah.
If we are dying now, it means that we saved ourselves just for a short period of time because we are still
But
young.
interesting. But that's almost physical, isn't it? I think you can save
Yeah, yeah.
yourself. I think you can save yourself at 30, and it can be meaningful because you can live a fulfilled life even for the next 2 years and go,
Yeah, changing. Yeah.
because you can go for 90 years and have achieved nothing and probably just destroyed people's lives. Like Donald Trump. I love that talking Donald Trump. He's such a
The
idiot. I hate
example,
that.
yeah.
He's like,
The
yeah.
basic.
He's probably saved his life countless of times, but that's not a life worth saving. He's a piece of shit. He is.
Yeah. I
Exactly.
heard this speech about the statues, and I don't know if he was sarcastic about the Italians or not, because he is speaking in such a stupid way, you know, that you cannot tell
I
if it's
mean,
sarcasm or
no, he's
is
just an
serious.
asshole. He's just a piece of shit, honestly. So that's
I
an
would
example of a
say,
life. No, that's an example of
yeah,
a life that's been lived, for a long time, but worthless. It's not a meaningful life at all. He's brought destruction to the world. He's destroyed. 120,000 Americans have died. So that's another thing. That's a
yeah,
meaningless life. He's destroyed those lives. So you can if you die at 5 years old and you brought joy to your parents, that's a meaningful life. It
yeah.
was a meaningful life that was cut short. You know what I mean? So
Mm,
yeah. Anyway, save
yeah.
yourself
Save yourself, man.
and don't
And
be
the
like Donald
cow.
and the
Yeah.
cow. Yeah, save yourself and the cow.
And the cow. Yeah. At least. Yeah.
Save the cow at least. At least save the cow so that when you go, we have something to
that
eat, right?
makes it's more like it. Yeah. That's more like it. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's the thing about it. I think nothing lasts forever. Even if you're suffering, it's like, okay, fine. Everyone is suffering. Everyone has suffered. Everyone before us has suffered. And nothing lasts forever. I think you have good times, you have bad times. You just need to hang in there, really. I think
Let
that's
it
that.
be. Yeah. Let it
Let-
be,
let-
and the things will change. You know, for sure.
John Lennon and the Beatles, yeah, Paul
Yeah.
McCartney, yeah. Let it be. Let it be.
Let it be, man.
Yes, absolutely. That was good.
Simple.
That was good. Because I do want to do another episode with a professional mental health, with a professional mental health individual.
Expert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think some professional experts
that's,
are redundant, but that's less. But just because I think people need that kind of stuff, I think it's
to
nice
be
to
assured by someone.
just help people out a little bit, for what it's worth. However, I do think people like to laugh. I think laughter is the best medicine. So it is
not all the time, because as we said multiple times between us in our secret conversations, if you laugh permanently, it means you are an idiot. You remember, right?
You can't laugh all the time.
Yeah.
You can't laugh all the time. Yeah, you can't laugh all the time. But
you need to balance a little bit. But smiling is the secret for the happiness.
No. Genuine laughter, because I've seen some psychopaths laugh and and smile,
joke,
and it's not joke exactly. It's not real. No, it's not real. I don't mind if you have a poker face, but you have peace inside you. You know what I mean? Like there's people who have poker faces, but they're really cool people. But there are people who laugh and want to giggle all the time. And you're like, just shut up! Like, what are you laughing about? Like, are you stupid? Can't you see that 120,000 people have died? There's nothing to laugh about, But like I remember I was going to a party once. This was like 2 years ago, and I was waiting for a friend or some person, I don't know. And I was on my phone. I looked up, and this guy was like, "Smile." And I like literally looked at him. I threw daggers at him. And he quickly turned his head away. I was like, "Who the hell are you?" Like something bad could have happened to me that day, and he's telling me to smile. Like, get lost, you idiot! What are you talking about? So,
maybe.
So what is love idiots? That's another lesson. So watch out for them. Yeah, there are a lot of people going to the beach in the UK, which is moronic because it means that the COVID is going to spike.
No, I'm not going to the seaside anymore in my life. I made a vow.
You can go with Mars. You can go with an astronaut suit, as you call it.
It's full. The sea is full. It's full of It's the place full of garbage of the world. So I don't see myself anymore. I don't see myself inside the water anymore. Inside those.
All the waters. Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm definitely going back to the beach, but I think the beach is going to be quiet. Do you know why? Because I think a lot of these idiots going to the beach, there's going to be what do they call it? Like natural selection. No, not that. Natural selection.
Natural selection, yeah.
It means that all these people going to the beach aren't going to be there next year.
The Darwin law, yeah.
Because you can't be that stupid.
Darwin.
You can't be that stupid. If you're that stupid, then maybe you deserve to not be here.
Yeah, but you can have a try, man. You can go to the beach with gloves and mask.
Yeah.
And jump into the water like that.
Then you're okay. Yeah,
with the astronaut hat and stuff like this.
Exactly. Yeah. Go down deep. But it means you enjoy yourself. It means you want to enjoy yourself, and that's a problem.
Yeah, they can even tie a rock in their
take yourself down. Take yourself down
from the Dover's cliff.
You know what? I think someone actually did. A few people did that.
I can record. They call me. I can record for free. I will pay my flight ticket.
Watch me kill myself, basically.
To assist them.
Yeah, it's like fine. It's material. But no, the poem I wrote today. I wrote a poem called "Jesus Was a Good Man," and I think he was a good man. I mean, subjectively. But the first poem I wrote was Hitler was a bad man. And I was like, no, that's too much. Like, I know, yeah, it's obvious, like, whatever, But I because everything was already miserable. I didn't want to make it I didn't want to increase the intensity of the misery of the day. Not with me. I'm good. But
In general.
exactly, it's like we already have Trump. You don't need to talk about Hitler.
Yeah.
Why talk about Hitler? You know what I mean? We already have one asshole. So I said, okay, let's talk about Jesus. Like he's the ultimate guy, anyway. So
Yeah.
up in heaven with Kobe playing basketball.
Yes.
You know what? It'll be such a bad thing to go. I mean, it'll be still suck for people around that are left behind. That's the only problem with death. I think that's the only problem with death, that you leave people behind. Yeah, and some people can cope with it. But I'll be out. But because if I went like this,
it's a life changing for the other people who stay.
Yes, yes, especially if you've brought joy to their lives. Let's say, or even if you're just someone that that they love.
Yeah, you're special for them, and
exactly as they're special to you. Exactly. You may not even like each other, but you love each
nature
other.
than dying so young, so it's affecting even more, because the people you are leaving, they are also young.
Yes.
In terms of the relationship that they could have lived with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's lost potential.
Yeah.
It's lost potential. But I always try to see, as hard as it is, especially when you talk about something like death, I think over time you get to appreciate that person more, and you.
It's really tough.
It's tough. It's tough, but it's something that is, like I said, there are many ways to go down. But how is that going to overcome death if you don't face up to it and love that person more, and then live your life worthy of the life they lived? Does that make sense? Because like there's no other way to go forward. So it's either you go down.
There's no turning back. I know.
Exactly. So it's like once you go down, then you're down. But there's only one way up.
When your mind is producing some thoughts, like projecting yourself in the future, like my wedding day, all the important things in your life, you know that he won't be there with you. So this is really heartbreaking. Yeah.
It's heartbreaking, but the solution
and your mind goes there, for sure.
Yeah. But again, the solution is to face up to it, and it's almost so. There's this. I don't know if you've heard of this guy. His name is Jordan Peterson, right? And he did a series on the Bible on YouTube, and it's probably what brought me back to even reading my Bible and going to church again, because I found so much meaning in what he was saying. And basically one of the things he spoke about was the snake. So there's a story about the Israelites in the Bible that they went into the desert after Egypt, and I think they were being assholes. and God said, "I've had enough of you. I'm going to destroy you." Something like that, right? And of course, I think he sends like a bunch of poisonous snakes to kind of attack them, which is harsh. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of harsh. But
may I ask for this power?
I think you have that power, actually. You just say the wrong thing, basically. Anyway, they then start to cry up to Moses, and they're like, "Okay, we are sorry for what we did. How can we get better?" Right. So picture it, right? There are all these poisonous snakes. They're killing everyone that you know and love, and they're deadly. They're killing you, obviously. So you're in a bad situation. You're in a bad situation. And Moses goes to God and says, "Okay, how can we solve this problem?" Right? And God says, "Put the snake on a staff, on a stick, basically, or a cross, and let them look at it. And if they look at it, then they will be saved." Right. And I remember the first time I heard that story, I was a kid, and I had no idea what that meant. But if you think about it, it's almost like the only way to overcome an adversity that serious, like a deadly snake, something that's killing everyone around you and is going to kill you, is to look it in the eyes, which is the terrifying thing to do. You know what I mean? It's almost like you have to look at it deeply and say, you know what, you're not going to get the better of me. That's the only way you can overcome it, because if you don't, then it's going to overcome you and you're going to die in different ways. Exactly. So
different ways,
exactly. You're going to die in many different ways, right? So, I mean, that's the way I see it. Again, it's not easy, because as that illustration explains, because looking at a snake in the eyes, or that's symbolic, but it's also, how do you face up to someone you love dying and not being able to do the things you wanted to do with them? Like, let's say it's your girlfriend or something, like you getting married, having kids, like that's all gone, right? So it's like, it's almost impossible to recover from that. Most people don't. A lot of people don't, but it's not impossible to. That's the key message, really, that anyone who's listening should probably take away, that it's not impossible. It's just, and you realize that when you're able to come out of it, you're stronger.
It requires an effort,
Yes. By the time you come out of it, you're stronger. You can also help people who are in that situation as well. So you're not a victim anymore. You're like, okay, I've been through this, you've been through this. I'm going to help you be better. And when you're better, you're almost like making sure that person's life wasn't in vain. Because like, okay, I'm going to live my life that's going to make sure that your life wasn't for nothing. So there are different ways to spin these things. But that's what I'll tell anyone who's going through anything harsh or bad or critical. It takes time. It's hard. But it's not. We're not superhuman. Yeah.
Sure, man.
Yeah. So yeah. So the poem was called what? Save yourself. Yeah, deeply save yourself.
And guys, save yourself.
Save yourself. Save yourself. Yeah. I think we should put on a t-shirt. Save yourself.
Save yourself.
Honestly, I've exactly the cow. They're like, how do those things compare?
Full of patches. Save yourself.
Full of the cow. Good is bad.
Good is bad.
Good is bad. Yeah.
A lot of slogans.
Everything is regret. So right from the start, we've had some killers, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. So let's continue the conversation after this.
Yeah.
Like I said,
right.
yeah. So I'll
cut
just end
the recording.
The recording. Let's go into the private room.
Private room. Yeah. The